kick things off here for you in a second. All right. First question of the day is going to go to Josh Lewenberg from TSN.
Hello, Nick. How you doing?
Hey, Josh, I'm good. You're looking good.
Thank you. You as well. Sixth game of the season, normally not something you'd probably put much weight on specifically, but given the circumstances this year, the start that you guys have had, who the opponent is tonight, and obviously the tough trip you've got coming up, do you put more of an emphasis on a game like this?
Well, the games are getting emphasized a little more, Josh, probably because the first thing you said is we need to click off a couple wins. I think again, going round and round on this record saying we've played some really good basketball and don't have anything to show for it. Hardly at all, right? So that's probably what puts the most importance. You just want to get something to show for it and something to build on and some confidence. But as well as we have played, we've made enough mistakes or haven't made enough shots or something to find our way to the other side of the column. So we got to clean those things up, man, and play better.
So far, Stanley and Matt have roughly played the same amount of minutes this season in virtually the same role, but it's sort of been a one or the other, and they've given you sort of opposite production in terms of offense with Matt and defense with Stanley. At this point, are you leaning in one direction or the other, or is it sort of a situational thing depending on how the game script is?
No, I'm totally leaning towards Stanley. It just has to balance out the rotation. I just cannot keep sending out another guy, another little shooting guard. We got a whole slew of them, and I already have two really good ones that start and play most of the minutes, right? And Stanley's filling. We got a gaping hole at the wing in 3-4, and that is where he's going, and he's done really well. I think Stanley's done a good job, and it's the defense we need. I think putting up 114 the other night, and 100, that's mostly what we need. So that's where it'll stay.
A quick follow-up for me, because you've always been a coach that's preached sort of positionless basketball, and that's where things have been headed over the last few years in the NBA as much as with you guys. You do have, as you mentioned, a bit of a guard-heavy roster in that you do have a lot of guys coming off the bench that play the one or the two. How much has that influenced your decision-making in terms of the rotation to this point?
Well, I also say that I'm trying to get my best players on the floor all the time, Josh, but we're getting, I think in the four, I don't know my stats very well, but we've given up some like 55 offensive rebounds, right? We just can't continue to get bashed on the glass like that. Is all the other good stuff you're going to do just gets wiped out. So that's why I'm looking for some rebounding help, brother. Right.
Gotcha. Thanks, Nick. Good luck tonight.
You got it.
Next question is going to Michael Grange from Sportsnet.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Michael. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. No jubes tonight, so my blood sugar is fine.
Okay, good.
My candy intake has been.
You look great.
Thanks, buddy. Means a lot. Normally, you'd be at home and you'd be like big game like this, team slumping a bit. You'd have 20,000 people to kind of lift the group. So, are you any sense you kind of missing that, or you kind of wanting? There's not much you can do about it, but are you aware of its absence?
I don't think so, Michael. I think our groups played hard. I think we fought like heck. I don't think we're missing that. Yeah, would it be nice to have it? Of course it would. But I don't think we're missing it. I think there's still good energy. I think there's good buy-in. I think there's great energy from the guys that aren't in the game. I think those kind of things are still at a pretty high level.
And if you're going to go more with Stanley, is it kind of now you're looking between Terrence, Matt, couple other bodies, all competing for one
Who
spot.
else? Who else you want me to look at down there, Michael?
We'll just stick with those two, I guess.
Terrence, Matt, Norm, we're already using. Norm's
Right.
probably going to get a shot
Right.
at it, right?
Yeah.
You don't want me to look at Malachi at all? Throw him into that mix?
When you look at Malachi, I'll look at Malachi. How's that?
Okay. So, yeah, I'm disappointed in Matt. I'm disappointed in Terrence. They've made way too many mistakes defensively. They're our two best shooters probably, but they're just coming out and fouling and giving up boatloads of points in short amount of minutes. And they can't get that many back on the other end. So I'm still searching there. What was the first part of your question, Stanley? I mean, I think Stanley's
if Stanley's
going to get in there. I mean, like I said earlier, we need the 3-4 backup. We need some size. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if I try to even throw Yuta in there some. Again, I think he competes on the glass. Throw him in like the Alex Len category. They go out there and they kind of hold serve on defense. And then, they play solid and they rebound. And then, if they happen to throw anything on offense, it's a bonus. So again, just looking a little bit that way.
And maybe more minutes for Boucher alongside one of the other bigs.
Yeah. And Chris is obviously going to get more minutes at the 4 too, right? Again, that backup 4 role is probably his, I guess. We'll play some 5 as well. Stanley probably plays some 3 again, just to keep us a little bigger chance to rebound. Yeah, no problem, Michael. Yep.
Moving along, we're going next to Tim Bontemps from ESPN.
Hello, Nick. I'm glad you're in such a good mood despite the start to the season.
Happy. Thanks, Tim. I'm trying to remain positive here in 2021.
There you
right?
go.
Spread some positive energy to all I encounter.
There you go.
Yeah.
This was not what I was going to ask, but I just remembered it. Did you ever get a official number on the turn out the vote effort?
Oh, I did not yet, but we have asked the question and tried to get an official number from them. The only thing we've got is 3 times the traffic on the website, and I think it was pushing up close, not quite, but close to 3 times the registrations, voter registrations than in the past. Obviously, that doesn't all come to we don't get credit for all that,
Sure.
So, but we'll get the official number here one of these days. But thanks for asking.
No worries.
Yep.
This hasn't really been a case with you guys, given all your games have been close, basically. But around the league, there's been a very high number of blowouts and just kind of wacky scores all over the place. Do you have any sense of why that has been the case? Although, again, I know it hasn't happened with you guys specifically, but I know you're paying attention to kind of what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I just think Tim, it all boils down to style of play. I think that the style of play has changed so much with number of possessions and number of 3-point shooting, and the momentum of that takes a hold a lot quicker. Like one team can take off to the moon really fast, and the other team can spin out really quickly, just based on several threes going in. I like, for instance, last night, the Clippers Suns, I think the Clippers got up 31 in the first half the other night. And I know they hit the 7 of their first 10 to build a 15-point lead, stuff like that. So I think that's just it. You get off to a start where you're a half step slow and you're giving up, of your first 14 shots, 10 of them are wide open threes and 7 of them go down. You're fighting uphill right there right away. That's my only thing I can think of is momentum of 3-point shooting going in and the momentum of 3-point shooting not going in.
Do you think that's a bad thing for the league?
Well, it's kind of where we are right now. I think I don't know. I look at the college football playoffs the other day. Is it bad for college football that both those games, are blowouts? I would say everybody's probably in agreement with that. It's no fun. It's no fun that games are blowouts. There's got to be a competitive thing. I think we're all kind of getting used to this new style of play, though, Tim. I think that the offense opened up 4 out, 1 in, 5 out. A lot more people on a team can drive it. The rules certainly make it hard to guard penetration. A lot more teams increase the volumes of threes by how much in the last 5 years. And I'm not sure defenses have changed that much to combat it quite yet. But I think they're starting to, and I think they will. So I just think that's where we are.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
All right, Coach. 3 more questions for you. We're going to do the lightning round here. If you guys can keep it to 1 question each. Start off with Aaron Rose from SI.com.
Hey, Nick. You guys have had double-digit leads in every game this season. Do you look at that glass half full and say, at least we're doing that? Or do you look at it and say, we can't finish those games? Based on your excitement today, maybe it's glass half full.
Well, I'm going to do my damnedest not to get a double-digit lead tonight, Aaron, and see if that'll get us to the finish line ahead. So if we really start rolling, don't be surprised if I try to. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, you just play, and I think we always play each possession, and we fight hard, and games, certainly have their ups and downs, and that's kind of where those games have gone. And I certainly believe that that's glass half full. I mean, listen, we certainly could have had the ball bounce our way a couple of times here in the last 3 or 4 games and have a completely different record, but we don't. So what you have to do is analyze the play, get to work, and try to fix things. That's it. And try to start winning some of these games. But I think the competitiveness and the leads have shown we can play good moments. We got to extend them out.
Sure. Good luck with that strategy tonight.
Thank you.
Next one goes to Jayson Alex Fleming from the Florida Sun.
How you doing, Coach Nurse?
Hey, Jayson.
Hopefully the team's transition from Toronto to Florida is kind of pretty down here in Tampa, don't you think?
It's been nice today, man. That's for sure.
All right. So Serge Ibaka and Mr. Gasol both went to LA, leaving a little bit of defense and rebounds behind. In the 5 games you played so far, you've been out rebounded in 3 of them. What is the plan for the transition, not only on the rebound front, but on the defensive front when it comes to Tatum and Brown?
Well, we've got to, collectively rebound a little better. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Mark and Serge were good team rebounders for whatever reason. They didn't pull down 15 a night or anything, but they were good kind of pillars of rebounding, keeping other guys off the boards where other guys could scoop them up, etc. So we just got to do better at old school, man. Block them out, get more bodies in the paint, fight a little harder, chase down the long ones, those kind of things. We got to get better old school there. And, I got to find some combinations that can rebound together. Like I've been talking about here early, we need a little more size out there, a little more athleticism, whatever it is. I got to find the right groups that fit together a little bit like we used to fit together that could rebound the ball and defend the way we like to and the way we are capable of. With regard to Tatum and Brown tonight, we obviously have our hands full. Two guys that get a lot of opportunities. We've seen a lot of. We're going to have to do our best to limit their touches and send them to crowds and double team them a little bit, use multiple bodies on them a little bit, use a few different schemes on them a little bit, and then do all that stuff, and hopefully we'll give ourselves a chance to win the game.
All right, final question is going to go
Thanks,
to
Jayson.
Vivek Jacob from the CBC.
Hey, Nick, good to see you.
Hi, Vivek.
Just curious, we've mentioned the seriousness before, and this team has done a really good job staying even keel the last couple of years, not getting too high, not getting too low. What's that been like for the team the last 5 games? Have you sort of had to manage that in terms of them not getting too low?
No, not really. The thing is, Vivek is we're coaching pretty hard, man. We're working hard, and we're we're on their backsides, man, about things they're doing wrong. We're getting on them, and they can't hang their heads by that or feel disrespected, or it's just all teaching. It's all learning, and that's just where we are. And that's what we'll continue to do.
Thanks, Nick. Good luck tonight.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
See you, everybody.
See you.
Enjoy the game.